Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 334, New Poison Cloud Animation Flying Robot Dying Effect. And as always, I'm joined by Bumbug.
Hello, hello. How you doing today, X?
Doing pretty good, kind of tired. As people would have noticed, this Friday Facts is very late. I just had a lot going on, didn't have time,
Yeah,
but
a little bit busy,
a little bit
Valentine's
busy.
Day.
Yeah, that was mostly it, and then didn't sleep, so. But yeah, you doing good?
Oh yeah, enjoying life. Things are going pretty well.
Nice.
Playing a lot of music, doing a little bit of gaming,
Good
looking at
combo.
some interesting game releases coming out,
Oh, yeah.
and some interesting blog posts.
Very interesting blog post. So this one is pretty cool, and it's very short Friday facts. So, Poison Cloud. The Poison Cloud animation is a placeholder sprite sheet that Kovrex found somewhere on the internet. We have wanted to improve it for a long time, but since it was always such a small detail, other things took priority. Well, now it is time to finish everything big and small. So, is the current Poison Cloud. Some of the problems we see with the one shown here, placeholder animation. The edge where damage will apply is not clearly defined, which is something I personally always had a problem with. The center strongly obstructs vision underneath the animation, which is very true. And then it breaks perspective slash height illusion with its very circular shape. Um, I think those are pretty good points there. I would agree with all of them, and have obviously experienced all that.
Yeah, and then you also have that weirdness of like it really, really spinning, and I'm not really sure how gas just spins like that, and like goes towards the center. It just seems a little bit weird. I would expect like an explosion of gas going out, sort of a thing, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
that
like
that about it.
it's like the capsule has like a little fan or something that like shoots out with it to like circulate the air. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's really weird how it spins like that. That's not a normal thing. Like that's not how gas physics work without propulsion of some sort or whatever. Um, so yeah, that's that. But then the new animation was done quickly without the need of any large change to Factorio engine, which is great. This is the mindset we are in these days. Use the engine features we already had to finish things quickly and without trouble, and we try to stop ourselves going crazy with more detail. This new one looks fantastic, in my opinion. It. I want to watch. I scrolled down when I was partway through. I'm gonna watch from the beginning here, but it looks way better. There's no spinning, and it's pretty clearly defined. The area in which it's actually affecting, and it doesn't really obstruct vision that much underneath it.
yeah, it's pretty good. It seems like all the biters have their graphics, at least the backs of the biters, partially above the poison cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should always be able to see stuff, even if the ground is obstructed. Like the important stuff isn't, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this is really nice. I love this new one. Uh,
Yeah,
the smoke capsule
good
itself.
job.
Yeah, good job for sure. Capsule itself spawns a bunch of smaller dummy entities which do the smoke drawing, while the damage is kept consistent by only using the central smoke cloud to apply damage. Um, and one thing to mention, because I'm sure someone's going to think of this and ask the question, because people already did on the forums and Reddit, the icon, like the yeah icon, I guess for it, like the item itself, is going to change to match this like color in effect. So, because like someone was like, well, won't it be really misleading if it's still like a green, like a little capsule thing, and then it shoots blue smoke? So they are going to change it to match, which is good.
Nice. Now, one question I do have for you is how do you feel about going against the typical green for poison and switching over to blue on this one? Because I
Like
was a little bit weirded out by it. Because when I see poison, I'm like, poison's green. End of conversation. So it's kind of interesting to see this being blue.
I didn't think about it until you mentioned it, but like when you bring it up, I would definitely agree with you. It's poison is very much like everyone like thinks of it as green, and usually it is some sort of green yellow. Sometimes it's like yellowish too,
Yeah.
but I've never really seen much blue poison, um, which I mean, we're in a different timeline or universe or something, but yeah, it may throw people off a little bit that it's blue.
I need to go look at my bug spray, see if my bug spray is blue when I'm spraying it out. Because maybe they like already thought of this and they're like, no, it's actually realistic. Bug spray is blue.
Yeah, pretty sure mine's clear, but um, yeah, that's a very interesting point actually. I would say green or yellow would be a little bit more realistic, but
Yeah, I'll have to see how it looks in the full world, the full screen experience. I'm
mm-hmm,
curious to see just because I don't feel like there's a ton of blue in the world aside from the water areas, right?
mm-hmm,
So we'll kind of see how it blends in with the map and if it feels good.
yeah, for sure. And the last part, flying robot die effect. Unlike the poison cloud, the flying robots dying was never something that we felt strongly about changing. They just exploded and poofed out of existence. With the new particle system, we had an idea of using a particle to show that robot falling to the ground. The experimentation was quick and effective, and we liked the effect using the 16 directions of flying robot sprites. We can create a 16 frame animation of the robot spinning for free, which is a good trick. So,
Yeah, that's a Star Wars reference, isn't it? Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
I didn't get that reference, but now I do. It's been a
I'm
long
hoping
time
that's
since
what
I
they're
saw that.
referencing.
Yeah, no, that is it. Yeah, which is that's a good trick, and it looks really cool. One thing though that I'm not happy about, and this is because someone asked this on, I think it was the Reddit discussion, and Clonin replied to it. Is that like the robots? They always are going to like spin and crash in the same direction. So like it's not, it isn't affected by like the direction the robots were moving. So it's
Yeah.
gonna look really weird because the person's like, so you mean if I'm like walking and the robots are following me or whatever and they're moving south and then they die, they're gonna explode and spin north? And
I
Clone
mean,
was
they've
like,
got some like propulsion engine stuff going on there. Maybe part of that explodes on one side and shoves them, right?
yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think it's gonna be like a little weird, but
Yeah.
um, it still looks
But
really cool.
yeah, I think it's pretty cute, and the shadow matches it and everything too. There's that little bit of a sort of pop transition where it goes finishes its spin animation and then is kind of suddenly on the ground
Mm-hmm.
in its full death. But maybe they'll tweak that up a little bit. Overall, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too. And then to complete the effect, they need to pay a bit of a price by creating some remnants on the ground. Don didn't take long to model and render 3 remnant variations for each robot. Even if you don't see the robots falling and dying actively, the corpses on the ground can really add to the battlefield, which I agree. This definitely adds like just a lot of like atmosphere and kind of immersion. Just seeing like all these robot corpses here on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. I do not condone of all this bug death though. Those are my brothers.
They
Can't be
deserved it.
doing this thing. Oh, whoa!
They
Do
were
not
in the
talk
way of
about
the
my brother that
factory,
way.
dude.
No, 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 no. They're building up their factories, okay? You're getting in the way of their factories,
I don't know about that.
colonizer.
Yep. Uh, so the new effects have been merged into our master branch now, so you can expect to play with them with the next 018 experimental release likely early next week, which is fantastic. So we don't got to wait like 9 months for this like we used to. We actually
Yeah.
get this really soon, which is great. I love it. I love all this. I like the poison. I would rather it be green, but I like it, and I like the robot effects and remnants. We'll have to see how that looks in game. The spinning the wrong direction and the like thing you said where it kind of just like skips like to being dead on the ground. It may not be as noticeable in game when there's like a bunch of other stuff around, but we'll see. Overall, I really like all this.
Yeah, these are pretty cool changes.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna do it. You got any other thoughts?
Let's see. So you're playing a Death World
I am.
playthrough right now. You gonna update to this version immediately, or do you need to like wait for mods to be updated and stuff?
I gotta wait for mods. I'm still not on 018
Ah,
anything
that's
because
right.
I'm waiting for mods. But
Yeah,
once
I
mods,
saw
I'm
some
definitely going.
excellent. Yeah, I would love to see some of this going on in the Death World because there's so much combat going on.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'd love to hear your thoughts below on the forums and on the Reddit for the devs, of course. And until next time, we will see you later.
Catch you later.